I didn't expect the rehearsal dinner to feel like a public execution. But the moment my mother clinked her fork against the champagne glass and cleared her throat, I felt the blade slide against my neck. "She destroyed Jason's future," she announced, her voice steady, almost proud. "She's dead to us." Dozens of heads turned toward me. Family, neighbors, old school teachers, people who used to hug me, all frozen with the kind of pity reserved for orphans and criminals. I kept my hand still in my lap. Stillness was my only power in that moment. My mother always underestimated stillness. When I was 17, there was a car crash. Jason was in the passenger seat. A drunk driver ran a red light. But to my parents, the truth was inconvenient. Grief demanded a villain, and I was the closest target. They told everyone I had ruined Jason's life. His baseball scholarship, gone. His dreams, over. His limp, my fault. I spent years carrying a weight they placed on me like an anchor they expected me to drown under. I didn't. I learned to walk with it. 2 years ago, Jason came to me whispering a truth so soft it barely survived the air. "Mom wanted me to say it was your fault," he said, eyes lowered. "She said people sympathize more when there's someone to blame." That was the first fracture in the story. The second came when I overheard my parents talking about the settlement money they received after the accident. Money meant for me, the actual victim. Money I never saw. They spent it, all of it, on Jason's wedding, their vacations, their dream home. They buried the truth under carpet and wine bottles. But the universe has a way of making rot surface. I didn't confront them. Not then. You don't attack until you know the whole terrain. Over months, I collected documents, hospital records, police reports, the official settlement breakdown, bank statements connected to my parents' account, and then Jason's full confession, recorded with his consent. He was tired of pretending, tired of being their puppet, tired of watching them carve guilt into my skin every year like a ritual. "Use it," he said. "I'm done protecting them." I hired a lawyer quietly. Not for revenge, for ownership. The settlement was legally mine, all $240,000 of it. My parents had spent it, which meant they owed it. The lawyer sent letters. They ignored them. Good. Arrogance makes people sloppy. Next came the asset freeze request. Then the audit. Then their bank being notified of unlawful use of funds. It took 8 months. 8 patient, silent months. All leading to this dinner. My mother straightened, drunk on attention. "She ruined her brother's life," she continued. "She deserves nothing from this family." I stood, calm, measured. "Just one question," I said. The room quieted instantly. I looked directly at her. "Where's the money?" Her smile faltered. "What money?" she snapped. I pulled the letter from my bag, the audit report. I placed it on the table in front of her, right beside the untouched champagne flute. "The $240,000 settlement issued in my name," I said quietly. "The one you illegally spent. On vacations, on this wedding, on your house." The room stiffened. Even Jason froze. My father's face drained of color. My mother's breathing hitched, the first sign of collapse. "And just so we're clear," I continued, "every guest in this room will be contacted by my attorney because you involved them the moment you made this public." My mother opened her mouth, but no sound came out. Jason finally stepped forward. "Mom," he said, voice shaking, "I told you she wasn't staying quiet forever." Her eyes widened. He had betrayed her by telling me the truth. She knew it instantly. The perfect family portrait shattered. I turned toward the exit. "You didn't disown me," I said softly. "You freed me." Then I walked out, past the tables, the gasps, the whispers, the unraveling of their carefully crafted lie. By the next morning, half the guests had called me. By the next week, my parents' accounts were frozen. By the next month, They were selling the dream house they bought with my pain. Jason apologized, not in a dramatic way, just a quiet, broken one. And as for me, I finally slept. Not because I won, but because the truth finally had a voice, and it wasn't trembling anymore.